18 races, 19 weeks have absolutely flown by, but it is time to settle this once and for all. Hello everyone and welcome to the season finale of season 10. I'm getting goosebumps even saying that. We are here for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix and a championship decider mainly between Scuderia Ferrari and Alpine. They are separated by 2 points in the Constructors' Championship battle, which means everything is on the line this Grand Prix. We have Mercedes and Racing Bull still in mathematical contention, but they only have one driver each representing them, which unfortunately means we can almost, with a full certainty, count them out of the constructors fight this evening. But we have a very, very interesting evening ahead of us. We have 29 laps, if I'm not mistaken, to see out the end of this championship battle. What a championship it has been. The title last week went to Squidge 2017 in unspectacular fashion around Brazil for the Drivers' Championship. The first Drivers' Championship for Squidge, the first championship for Ferrari since season 1. Can they make it a double as they did last time they won anything? Back in season 1 with Danny and who was the teammate? Was it Matt even? At the end of season 1 it might have been. Season 1 is a bit more of a messy time back in NEF1 history. Or can the combination of Ray W25 and Matty prove too much for the Scuderia after they fumbled it on the line last week out? We shall wait and see. But Abu Dhabi is always one of the best circuits on the calendar and is absolutely a good venue for us to see out the end of this season. A season in NEF1 that has seen racing beyond anything we have had previously. A championship battle that went down to the penultimate race between Squidge, Matty and Tess. Matty claiming a P2 with this result. Tess will hold station in P3. Not racing tonight, unfortunately, is the former NEF1 champion. Neither is Ondracek. But we shall see a showdown then between Squidge and Matty, who are running. Is that them side by side with each other? Yes, it is. Matty and Squidge jostling for position ahead of qualifying, and there you have Ray in the background as well. Meanwhile, SFLY Jamar Jr. is on a flying lap. He is heading down into the hairpin that saw the 2021 Formula 1 Championship decided on the final lap of the race, and that is not the last time I'm going to bring that up, just to rub some salt in the wounds of everyone who had their sport ruined that day, including me and including a lot of other people, I am sure. Braking down into the hardest braking zone of the circuit, which is this very, very slow chicane, very slippy on the exit of this particular corner. Jamer handles it quite well, and now we are going to have both Matty and Squidge come across the line for their flying laps as well. Doesn't seem like either of them are particularly interested in going though. I don't know if that's for reasons they don't want to give each other a tow, or if they are just doing dual out laps for the sake of it. So wait and see. A couple of people setting lap times though. Marina, Holman, Luna and Mac is already across the line for the first time. Jamar is going to be next along them. What is he going to be able to conjure up? Crucial race for Jamar and Ray this, to make everything they can out of it. Jamar 24 flat. What is Ray going to be able to do? He's out on that flying lap and through the chicane. We're going to be paying a lot of attention to these two particular teams today, as I'm sure you understand, with the circumstances being what they are. Djokovic having placed himself up in 3rd place, Luna in 5th, Wigan in 6th, and Mac is in 7th. As Raven is coming up to the hotel section. It's absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous piece of circuit and a gorgeous car. Goes very, very well indeed together. And here we go then. Ray flat through the penultimate corner, braking down to 3rd gear for the final corner, and then straight on the power. What is it going to be for Ray? P1, 23.479. And this is almost excessively slow driving for Squidge and Jamar. Oh, sorry, Squidge, and I was going to include Matty in that, but I think he's actually taken off. No, he's not. What is going on right now between both Squidge and Matty Adam that are making them just run around this excessively slow pace? You better get a move on, lads. Cars are coming up behind, and Marina's retired from this session after an incident into the pit lane. Just coming a bit too hot there. We'll see him Marina again for the Grand Prix, but such is the danger of this pit lane. If you're coming too quick, you're going to hit a very, very, very hard wall on the pit lane entry, and that's Marina out of this qualifying session. His teammate for this session is none other than Kit W41, making his return to NEF1 as a bit of a whim, but we saw it fair that he finish out this season as he started, and that is driving a Formula 1 car in NEF1. So Kit will be participating as a driver for Sauber this weekend, scoring points hopefully as well for both the drivers and the constructors, but that means he'll classify as a finisher this season as well. Matty and Squidge have both come across for 2 minutes 16 and 18 respectively. Now it looks like they've got a bit more fire under the belt, and Matty's somehow getting a brilliant tow from Squidge 2017, who is that is blocking in qualifying if I've ever seen it. Both Matty and Squidge not letting each other be at all this stage in qualifying. What are the pair doing? I don't really understand the meaning of this at all, but let's see. They should be coming into the pit lane at the end of this lap, you would assume. They are, having wasted a full 8 minutes of qualifying, and Kit is on a flying lap. Max is a BT flying laps as well. Max desperately trying to improve on that 129, which isn't going to see him anywhere but last at the end of this session. A BT will be itching to get this difficult season out of his way and out of his mind. He's just starting a flying lap just as he comes across the line now. In that Crow McLaren as well, that's looking so incredibly sharp. And now then through the S's and onto the hairpin. I hesitate to call it a hairpin, seeing how wide it is, but it is technically a hairpin, isn't it? It's a very, very wide hairpin, if nothing else. A very fast hairpin, if nothing else. BT powers down the very, very long back straight. But I'd love to see actually this chicane be removed and just be one long straight down into the braking zone of the next left-hander. Here we go then with a BT down into that said left-hander and see what he's going to be able to do. Matty and Squidge 14th and 15th place respectively. See what they're going to be able to conjure up. Ray at the moment on provisional pole position. Matty and Squidge having not made an impression at all so far. And J-Mar's out on circuit. Luna's in P8 at the moment. Don't count her out. Very, very close to a podium last time out. There goes a BT's rear. And a chance for a good lap time goes along with it. As who is that weaving in the background? Looked like it might have been one of the Williams. That was Wigan indeed. Weaving like an absolute madman, coming on to the third sector of this Abu Dhabi's Yas Marina circuit. As Luna van comes round the chicane, is done a fast lap. I'm not familiar enough with the lap times to tell. But I believe it is coming up to the sector split, and Luna is improving by 3.5 tenths of a second, which could see her right up there in P2, unless she has a very, very good or very bad third sector. Let's see then Luna for the final time in that Red Bull around this circuit. We'll wait and see. 8 minutes remaining. We'll have time for a couple more runs. So then Luna flat for the penultimate corner, rounds the final corner, very, very early on the power. And it's a P3 for Luna, 123.831, just behind Mr. Wilco, Less than a tenth of a second separate the two. Matty and Squidge both in the pit lane still. So on board with Recon at the moment as he is navigating his way through. As Recon moves into 10th place, 124.274. Wigan, is he going to be able to shave some time off that 124.4? We'll wait and see. Probably not with that exit coming out of the hotel bit. Imagine that's going to cost him quite a little bit, and as is that, Wigan actually does improve by 13 thousandths of a second, but it's nowhere near enough to improve in his qualifying position. Jamar in P7 is now coming up to the line. He is massively improving through the second sector, and as for the third sector, where's Jamar going to place himself? P2 right next alongside Ray by 4 thousandths of a second, and that is the type of drama that we want to see. Matty and Squidge, are they intent on starting at the very rear of the field with a championship on the line? If so, I somewhat take offense to the notion. Just compete for the championship, lads. Don't do anything like that. Do go ahead and compete for the final race of the season. We'll wait and see. Ray and Jamar, followed by Mr. Wilco, Luna, and Reina, still in P5. Now actually in P6 after Djokovic took pole position away from Ray by a tenth of a second. Noah in P8, iWatts in P9, and Recon in 10th place. We're looking at a BT on that 24.5. Just expecting that little bit more in terms of pace. Kits in 13th, Max in 14th, and Matty and Squidge both sitting in 15th and 16th place. As movement down a Ferrari, that is Jamar coming into the pit lane. So Ray at the moment in P2, Jamar in P3. Could be quite interesting for the Constructor Championship if things stay the way they are. But Matty and Squidge obviously still 15th and 16th place. Even if they start there, they're going to make rapid improvements throughout the field. Holman now in P6, and that's not an optimal line for the Czech to take at all. It's going to see his lap gone. Speaking about that, a little bit of extra pace that we want to see as a BT qualifies himself P5 at the moment. 23.5, 2 tenths off Djokovic on top, and that is the type of pace we expect from our Mr. ABT. Brilliant lap from the Canadian British driver there. As for iWatts, he's on an invalidated lap at the moment, as I pray that we are going to see laps by Matty and Squidge. Squidge is coming out of the pit lane, yes. Matty, you would assume, will be following straight out then. The Squidge is coming out, thank the gods for that. Hopefully then, we have some natural racing and battling for pole position at this Grand Prix. As for Djokovic, Ray and Jamar, I'm sure they're a bit saddened by the fact that both Matty and Squidge appear to be coming out. But then Kit's out on track at the moment. How long has he been out on track for? He's not actually been out on track for too long. Thought he was treating this like a practice session, just getting up into shape. But now he's all good to go. The car's looking a bit unsettled, and that has to be expected when you haven't driven in quite a bit of time. But it's still very decent on pace. 24.9 without any practice whatsoever. Very acceptable indeed. So here comes Kit then, rounds the first corner, start another flying lap in that kick Sauber. That is very used to driving from previous iterations of this game. It's been Sauber or Haas, if I'm not mistaken, for Kit for a majority of his NEF1 tenure. Then into Red Bull, unfortunately had to vacate his seat after a couple of months into the championship, and now back and will qualify to the end of the championship. Thankfully, that is Kit with a couple of points to his name for the first time in NEF1 as well. Taking a lot of curb on that inside, and a setup that appears to be quite shaky on traction, which might be a bit of offense to him, because I was the one who handed him said setup, if I'm not mistaken. If that is the case, then Kit, I do very much apologize for it. As Squidge has now started his flying lappers. Let's see what he's going to be able to do when he opens up that Ferrari for the final time this season. Squidge, who has been superb at qualifying efforts. Matty, who has much improved his qualifying efforts this season. Now it's going to come to a culmination here in Abu Dhabi. As for Matty, he's going to want to make one more pass at it before he gets going by the look of things. No, maybe not. Looks like a very, very calm first corner, but maybe they know something I don't. Here we go then, Squidge 2017. Where's he going to place himself in the pecking order? Djokovic, Ray and Jamar are the drivers to beat. We expect Squidge right up there. He's driven this lap to the fullest of his capabilities. And Matty currently going through the chicane. Squidge is going to come across the line. Where's he going to place the Ferrari? P1 by half a second. 22.819 is Squidge's ultimate pace this week then. It is very simple here for the Constructors' Championship as well. If Alpine outscore Ferrari, they are Constructors' Champions. If Ferrari outscore Alpine by 2 points or more, they will be crowned Constructors' Champions. So, slim margins to separate the championship, but it will make keeping track of the maths relatively simple at the end of this race. However, if any of these drivers were to be involved in incidents, Matty comes across the line to go even quicker than Squidge to set the new provisional pole position lap. If any of these drivers involved in championship battle is involved in an incident that could see the championship turn, that will have to be submitted instantly so that we can announce the champion on stream later this evening. That means we'll be going into a quick admin meeting when that happens to decide a verdict on all of these incidents, and then we will announce a champion for you live on stream as well, so there is no missing out. By the time we start next season then, there's no missing who's champion. We'll have to announce that for the opening stream of the season. Here we go then. Mr. Wilco is going to close out this session in just a moment. Jamer, I believe, is not a competitive lap. I don't think so. Mr. Wilco closes it out, and it's P6 for the man. Where is Recon? Is he going to be able to improve any further up the field? Yes, he can. 10th place. He can muster up. We have a Aston Martin coming across the line. That is Max. Is he going to be able to improve? Goes past Kit. Goes past Wigan up at 14th place. Next to cross the line is Ray and Djokovic. Ray has out-qualified Squidge in Abu Dhabi. 22.789, and Squidge and Ferrari now in a bit of trouble. Jamar unable to find any further time. Pullman, what is he going to be able to do with the AI car, I believe, of Djokovic ahead of him? Or is that Wigan potentially? No, that is Wigan, who's not obliged to move out of the way because he's on a flying lap. That's going to be detrimental to Holman, but Wigan is on a flying lap. A bit of a mistime, but Wigan comes across, improves another place. But, crucially enough, it is an Alpine front row lockout in Abu Dhabi. Matty, Adam and Ray on P1 and P2, followed by Squidge in P3, Djokovic in 4th, and Jamar in 5th. And we have a showdown like you would not believe for the Constructors' Championship. And this one is going to be very, very tasty. Do not go anywhere. We'll be back in a couple of minutes' time to bring you the end of this NEF1 season. Everything still to play for, and all of the players are up there in the front 3 rows of the field. Is going to be an interesting one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Alright then, and that means I can confirm that we are getting going very, very soon. For the last time in Season 10, it is mad to see that this is going to see out 10 seasons of NEF1. What originally started as a fun little project, myself and Matty started speaking about it with Danny DC97 as well, to bring it over from PF1 to NEF1, making it our own thing, has now spanned 5 calendar years and 10 seasons. It's absolutely crazy to think. For the last time in NEF1 in Season 10, let's go racing with an all-Alpine front row, followed by Squidge 2017 and Djokovic on the second row of the field. Jamar alongside Holman, Mr. Wilco in P7, followed by a beat in 8th, Noah in 9th. A bit out of position there, Noah. Very anonymous in qualifying, didn't go along with him a single time. We'll keep an eye on his progress throughout the Grand Prix. Could be quite significant. We'll wait and see. Alongside Luna in P10, both the Red Bull drivers represented in this lobby van. Noah and Luna in 9th and 10th. Recon 11, followed by Marina in 12th, has had a very up and down season. Let's see him ended on a high. Then we have Iwat in 13th place, Wigan in 14th, Max in 15th, and Kit in 16th. And meanwhile, we're doing this, I just want to give a massive shout out to Matty, to Djokovic, to Jamar, to BT, and to Iwat and Wigan for being part of this, since a lot of these drivers that I just mentioned Season 1, a couple of them came in Season 2, but for years and years they've just come back and raced with us. That means absolutely everything. So for those, we'll see them all again in Season 11. But to everyone as well who's made this league what it is, thank you so very much. Now then, for the last time in Season 10, let's get this show started. Matty starting on medium times. We'll have a look at that in just a moment, with Ray and Squidge starting on mediums. Djokovic doing something different. He, alongside with Iwat, Wigan and Kit, are the only ones to start on hard tyres, trying to carry them a bit longer into this Grand Prix. Other than that, it should be a relatively straightforward two-stopper with a pit lane that is known to be very, very tricky. You do not want to place a wheel on that white line or curb, and it will give you a warning or even time penalty. Those will not be reviewed after the race unless forced onto them by a competitor. So then, Matty lines it up on pole position for the final time this season, one of the best qualifiers in NEF1 this season. Kit lines it up in P16 alongside Macas. We are all set to get going here around Abu Dhabi, around Yas Marina, for the last time this season. We have 5 red lights, and it is lights on, away we go, and both the Alpines get decent getaways. Djokovic gets away well on his hard tyres, but very, very hard to start on them. We have the Ferrari of Squidge up immediately by Ray. He's challenging Matty straight off the bat, and now the battle for the Constructors' Championship is well and truly underway. Djokovic has had a horrible first corner, and he is down into 16th place. The absolute worst way to start the final race of the season for him. Down 12 positions immediately. We have Alpine, we have Ferrari, we have Alpine and Ferrari yet again, with Jamar gaining a position. Now the battle is on. Wow, this will be very, very intriguing indeed, as the Alpine comes very close to making contact with the back of Squidge 2017 there. Holman in P5, Wilco in P6, Luna having made an impressive getaway up 3 positions into P7, and Noah down a position now, battling along with Rain as we come down to the braking zone of the sweeping left-hander. Not normally an overtaking zone around the outside, but Noah's going to try. Raina, though, on that inside line, definitely holds the advantage and maintains the position. Noah, is he going to try something maybe down the inside into the braking zone? It looks like he might have a go at it, but no, not quite, as Matty's pulled away a gap of half a second over Squidge. Ray just was not able to keep Squidge off the line. Squidge, a very, very good starter, rarely loses a position, as we have Recon down a couple of positions now in a virtual safety car at the end of lap 1. And what has happened to Recon? I would assume that's a front wing gone by the action goes out on circuit, as Djokovic I would imagine is now presently regretting his choice to start on the hard tyres. Didn't really come to much. And we have a full call safety car at the end of lap 1. That's going to allow everyone to just settle into this race on a little bit of different pace. Matty will maintain lead of the Grand Prix even for Squidge and Ray. Now we have Jamar in P4, followed by Holman, Wilco, Luna, BT, Marina and Noah. At the end of lap 1, that is the way things are at the moment. And right now, Matty and Ray be crowned Constructors Champions of Season 10 after an epic comeback last week out. Will it slip out of Ferrari's hands at the last moment? We'll wait and see. As Lunavan with a good start up. 3 positions up in P7, Wilco. Solid start as well alongside with Holman. They are just hanging on to 5th and 6th at the moment. No real fast traffic coming up right behind them. So it's going to be an interesting battle that for P5, P6, P7, maybe P4 and P3 as well. Depending on the pace of Ray and Jamar. They can transition over into the Grand Prix. We shall wait and see. Qualifying pace usually quite tricky to carry over into the race. We'll wait and see how they can actually maintain that pace. As for Kit, he seems to be relatively on it, even though he's not been racing for a significant period of time, let's just say. Made a decent getaway and up into 12th place. 4 positions up, just taking it a bit calmly. But then not much in it between Alpine and Ferrari still. 1 and 3 and 2 and 4 is the Constructors Championship battle as we are entering lap 4 quite soon. And hopefully we should be getting the safety car out of the way quite soon as well so we can get racing. Mr. Wilco in P6, Luna in P7, a BT in 8th, the only driver to maintain position alongside with Matty and Wiggin. Obviously former teammates as well, Matty and Wiggin. We're now being paired up with Djokovic for the last couple of seasons, but it's been a partnership this season which hasn't really come to the fruition we were hoping it to. Djokovic with a difficult season by his measure, Wiggin with an awful season unfortunately by his measure. And I'm sure if you want us to, we could end up doing a end of season review. I'm sure myself and Matt would be up to the task as we started the season. So if that's something you'd be interested in, then please let us know. We should get working on it straight away with driver ratings, a bit of friendly discussion and a bit of friendly banter, I'm sure, as well. So if that's something you want to see, then leave a comment down below or just let us know in the Discord or via DMs on social media, preferably Instagram at New Era Esports. We'll get something cooking. So then what's in P11, Kit maintaining his P12, Noah P10 down a position on the start on medium tyres. Must not have gone the best of getaways. Yas Marina must have had a really decent getaway on his medium tyres, along with former teammate Luna as well. 3 positions up immediately. Alongside with Kit Iowa's decent getaway as well. So I'd be very curious again to see the onboard start of Squidge 2017. Just felt like he flew by Ray on the second phase of that start, so he got something very right. As for Ray now, this race really is keep Jamar behind you. That's the strategy for Matty as well. Just whatever you do, keep Squidge behind in order to win this championship, as we are going to go on board with Matty for the safety car restart. Let the safety car go early. You have a bit more control. Everyone remain in single file formation. Important to remember. Single file formation until Matty decides to go. So then, under the hotel, when is Matty going to decide to restart this Grand Prix? Safety cars in the pit lane. Just about now would be an ideal time, maybe. And there we go. Race is restarted. Matty decides to punch it, coming into the penultimate corner. And how is he going to be able to fire up those medium tyres? How is Squidge going to respond to a first lap that was very, very good? A second lap which saw him robbed of an opportunity to have a go at Matty Adam. How is Squidge going to respond to the tragedy for him that was last race points-wise? They saw Ferrari on the back foot coming in to this Grand Prix. They saw Squidge crowned a one-time NEF1 champion, a first-time NEF1 champion, as Ray has a little look down the inside of Squidge coming into the hairpin, but not close enough to think about a dive bomb quite yet. But is he just going to be a bit more optimistic this race? Just have a cheeky little nosedive here and there. And what is Jamar going to do to keep Ray honest in this race? We shall wait and see. Ray with podium so far. Jamar still looking for his first this season, if I am not mistaken, which I very well might be. We've had a couple of surprise podium finishes this week. Oh, sorry, this season. Mr. Wilco amongst them. Finished on the podium in the first race of the season, actually, back in Bahrain. One of the feel-good moments of the season for sure. Luna just missing out on podium last week out in Brazil. It's been close a couple of times, not quite been able to get onto that podium yet. As Ray now ever increasingly close to the back of Squidge, and Ray seemingly with very, very good race pace around here as well, which could be an absolute bane for Ferrari's championship hopes. Squidge, Ray and Jamar battling along for P2 at the moment. Doesn't really feel like Squidge is a threat to Matty's P1 right now, but with DRS that could all change, and it will all change. Here we go then. Squidge, for the first time, will have DRS on Matty Adam, and he's going to be battery dumping to get ahead of that Alpine. Is going to be able to come into the braking zone of the hairpin. Oh, sorry, the chicane. No, not quite, but he gets very, very close to the back of that Alpine. And now on the second straight is usually where you get the move done and dusted. Get overtaken, you have a chance to come back at him. Squidge is not going to give Matty that chance if he can do anything about it. Squidge takes the lead of the Grand Prix on lap 6 out of 29. Jamar down several positions though. What has happened to that second Ferrari driver? He is down in P6, and now things get complicated. 25 points for the win, 18 and 15 for the remaining podium places. And right now, 6 points for Jamar. He's down in 7th place, and he cannot stop the bleeding of this lap. Lost several positions immediately, and this could be the problem now. Jamar needs to be better than what he is on this lap in order to help Ferrari to the Constructors' Championship. Problem for Squidge right now is he is very much battling two Alpines this evening. Keeping both of those behind him is going to be a problem as it is. However, helping Jamar is now an absolute impossibility for him. Matty very, very close to the back of Squidge 2017 again then, but I believe this is just going to settle into a bit more of the normal rhythm as we speak. Matty is actually coming at him relatively quickly. Is he going to have a move down to chicane? No, a little lockup though. I believe that was from the Ferrari of Squidge. So for whatever reasons we're getting cautions in Sector 3, even though no one's in it. I don't know why. That is the pleasure of the F1 game, as Matty has to go around the outside of Squidge. unsuccessful, but it's a very, very interesting go as well. Marina van the back of Jamar, who's managed to stop the bleeding just that little bit. I think I've used that phrase about 1,000,000 times right now, but it is quite literate in terms of championship position. Squidge 25 points plus the 6 points. That's 31 points. At the moment, Alpine would remain in the lead of constructors and be crowned champions at the end of this event. 18 plus 15, that is 33 points coming home to Alpine, if I'm not mistaken. 25 plus 6, 31 points. So at the moment, Alpine outscoring Ferrari by 2 points. We've seen him win the championship by 4 points. If I'm not mistaken as well, that would be the slimmest margin the constructors has won by in any F1 history. Everything is still to play for. But crucially then, for the Alpine boys, they have left Holman and Mr. Wilco behind. Now it is very much up to Jamar to catch up to the cars ahead and start making up a couple of decisions. The championship now rests in Jamar's hands, but he is now being overtaken by Marina for P8, and he just can't seem to break up what is happening, and the bleeding just continues. Now, next in line is going to be Noah, who's going to do him no favors whatsoever as well. He's going to want to get straight by that Ferrari if he can do anything to help it. So then, red lights flashing on the Racing Bulls as well, just charging up the battery for an attack to come into the pit lane. Actually goes both Jamar and Noah. Luna as well, early pit stops, lap 9, but we have had a safety car, and that is Recon massively into the wall, and that surely is going to trigger a safety car at a decent opportunity, or a decent time, for Noah, Jamar, and a BT, depending on who else comes in at the end of this one. But then Recon with a massive incident to see out his season. A season that's been very up and down, but a very, very good opening season for Recon in NEF1, nevertheless. But his last contribution this season is going to be a safety car. That is very much going to affect the outcome of this championship. Recon struggling throughout this Grand Prix. It culminates in hitting the wall, I believe, coming out of the, or coming into the penultimate corner, I believe, on lap 8. So the advantage that Squidge, Matty and Ray had built up to Holman now goes away within the span of a single couple of laps. To the, I'm sure to the amusement of Squidge 2017. He doesn't care about winning this Grand Prix. Right now, all he cares about is to win the Constructors' Championship, and this has increased the chance of that happening quite significantly. We'll see how Jamar's strategy call of coming into pit, well, that's him out on track, because you'd assume everyone else is going to be doing the same. Squidge, Matty comes in. Ray is going to come in, but he's going to have to double stack. But he's left with no choice but to do so. Left with absolutely no choice but to do so. As there we go, and it's a decent double stack for Alpine. Gets both cars serviced and out. Ray gonna lose position to Holman though. Kit, 10-second down penalty for a collision with Wing. And where did Ray come out in that? He gets stuck behind Holman, he gets stuck behind Marina, he gets stuck behind Iwat as well. That double stack is going to leave him with quite a bit of work to do. Where is Jamer in all of this though? He is down in P11 at the moment. Right now, as things stand, this has significantly changed things. Ray, not really helped by the fact that he had to double stack, but he didn't have a choice. Had to come into the pit lane or he would have risked too much. So Venice, we're getting reports already. The safety car is coming in this lap, and that was fast. Mr. Wilco then is going to be in control of what I believe is his first safety car restart. It's up to him to maintain a solid pace and let the safety car go when he wants to. When the safety car is into the pit lane, then he can restart this Grand Prix. It's a very, very short safety car here, which I'm very glad about. But I would like Marcus and Kit to be able to catch up to the back of the field. They're not going to be able to. This is inexperience though for Mr. Wilco. Not letting the safety car go earlier and maybe restarting the race at a bit of a weird pace. Safety car now first is into the pit lane. That's a bad safety car restart for Mr. Wilco. Squidge flies right past him. Was that legal? No, it wasn't. Tried to overtake him past safety car control line, and he paid for it. Mr. Wilco in the lead of the Grand Prix from Squidge and Matty Adam. Squidge just mistimed that. Would have been better off just being that little bit patient, knowing what was coming up. But that's a bad restart from Mr. Wilco. This allowed Squidge to be all over him instantly. Luna in 4th, Holman in 5th, and Marina in 6th. Where is Ray? He's down in position now on Noah, and this restart really has not worked out for him. As a strategy call, it's a bit different. Ray opting to go to the end of the Grand Prix here, but he can't afford any contact down the inside of Noah now, as we're having a lot of jostling for position up further in the field. Squidge in P1, Matty in P2, Ray is down in 9th place at the moment, and this could be Ferrari winning the Constructors by a single point if things remain the way they are. Ray needs to get a move on here, and we have one massive heap of cars going through one corner at the same time, and it's quite spectacular to see actually. Same Marina and Iwatts are now jostling away for position. Is that Iwatts coming out victorious in that little battle? Still alongside. Now Holman creeping around his outside of the penultimate corner. Is he going to get that move done? Slight contact between the two. I believe Holman still on the outside, turns into the inside for turn 1. Iwatts having to try around the outside now on the better tyre. Not going to be able to make it work. Tries to switch back, and he does make that work. Down the inside of Holman, and maintains the position. Well done by Iwatts and Holman there on a brilliant battle. Luna now up into 3rd place with a time penalty resting. We'll see what comes of it. Ray now down the inside of Djokovic and Reina and up into 8th place. Noah is next in line. Is Ray going to have a go at Noah here? Then no, it's not quite yet. There's massive jostling for position, 3 wide on a straight, and this could end up in an absolute airplane crash, and it has. Luna is out of this race. Holman without a front wing. That is a massive incident. That was bound to happen. There could be no other way of solving that, unfortunately. I believe we have something to look at after this Grand Prix, because wow, what an end to that little battle. Just felt like a very, very unnecessary. Just felt like a very unnecessary incident to have. That is Luna out of the race then, relatively early on. So then a reminder to anyone for incidents they're involved in, they need to be reported immediately so that we can review them after the race, see how this affects the championship. So if anyone wants to report anything that just went on, do so as soon as the race ends. You've got about a 5-minute window to declare intention to report it. We'll be going to a resting screen whilst that's going on to decide what is happening for this season. It's going to be a bit of an awkward way of deciding things, I'm sure. We've done it once before when the championship went to a decider with, I believe it was SGF1 Gonzo win title on that day. As Matty was actually able to get ahead of Squidge on that lap just before the contact happened, you would imagine. Matty in P1, followed by Squidge in P2, J-Mar in 7th. But crucially for Ray, he avoided any sort of carnage there. And it's up to 5th place. Crucial for Ray. So then, safety car is out for the third time in 13 laps, and it turns out to be anything but smooth sailing for the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. Usually it's quite a calm race around here. Not tonight, that's for sure. Not tonight. Matty then is still behind the safety car. Is anyone... I'm looking at iWatts, I'm looking at Noah. Are they going to start thinking about coming into the pit lane for a set of hard tyres quite soon? Or are they going to stay their hand, that medium, maybe wait and go on a soft tyre towards the end? Wigan and Mack is right now relatively well placed. They beat Jamar Djokovic as well. Jamar has picked up a 10-second time penalty. But for what? Let's actually investigate that immediately. For ignoring a yellow flag. So that is a penalty, if unwarranted, can be removed after the race unless it has been served. Jamar should not be able, or should be able to make it to the end of the race on these tyres, but the question is, can he? Shall wait and see. Such is the nature of this game, unfortunately. We'd love to stop the game from handing out these types of penalties, but we can't. So then, we have a top three of Matty, Squidge and iWatts has been able to find his way up into a podium position. Noah in P4 and Ray in P5. This race is wide open, let me tell you, as Matty's now going to slow things down a lot more than Mr. Wilkes slowed things down about 4 or 5 laps ago. And the entire field is going to line up along, behind Matty Adamban, who is absolutely coasting at the speed of my old Saab 9-3 could comfortably do around the circuit. Matt is coasting through the corners at the moment, just waiting to get this race restarted. I would love to lap this circuit in my old Saab 9-3, actually. It belongs to my brother right now. It'd be an absolute pleasure driving that car yet again. Enough about that. Matty Adam in the Grand Prix event. And there we go, the race gets restarted and gets a very, very decent jump on Squidge once again. He's good at safety car restarts, is Matty, at not being caught out one bit. iWatts actually follows through very, very well on slightly worn medium tyres. Noah slightly worn medium tyres as well, but they've not done too many racing laps. Quite a bit of safety car running though. Ray on his hard tyres. How quickly is he going to get those fired up and start making moves on Noah and iWatts, or is he just going to wait this out? Right now, Alpine in a very, very advantageous situation for the Constructors' Championship. Ferrari will be losing out on it by a significant haul of points if things stay the way they are right now. Squidge will be determined to make sure it isn't the way things are right now. He has to tuck in behind Matty on this occasion. Not too much movement going on at the moment. We have Kit making his way past Holman, who's involved in that absolute airplane crash a couple of laps ago. As for Squidge, remains behind Matty for another lap. iWatts right now actually all over the back of Squidge. We know all over the back of iWatts as well. So lovely little train between especially the top 5, as I believe iWatts might have. Did he make contact with the back of Squidge there? It sent him right into the loving arms of Noah and Ray, that's for sure. We're looking to pound any single mistake they can find just about now. So then, DRS enabled here around Yas Marina, and only a couple of more laps to go. 14 laps to decide the Constructors' Championship of Season 10. Matty leads from Squidge, iWatts, Noah and Ray. Right now, Alpine in lead of the Constructors' Championship by another couple of points. Wigan at the moment in P9, running a very, very solid, very, very quiet race for him, but just picking up a couple of points for Williams there as well, alongside with his teammate who's made a brilliant recovery after I'm gonna say starting last, because that is basically what he ended up doing, being last after the first corner, now being all the way up in 6th again. See what Djokovic's gonna be able to make of the final stages of this season. And as for Squidge 2017, he's gonna have a go around the outside of Matty Adam. Yes, he is, but is he gonna be able to make that work? No, long way around there doesn't really work on the game. Matty holds the position. Noah now doing battle with Iwas, gets by, but it has cost a bit of time. 1.1 seconds now the gap up to the cars ahead, and that is going to benefit none other than Ray the most right now. Throughout the most pace out of anyone outside the top 2 right now. And is Ray actually going to have a move into the final corner? It looked like it for just a brief moment, but no, not quite. Will be desperate to get by Iwatts as soon as he can. Keep in mind, this little battle for 3rd place at the moment, Noah and Iwatts, could have ramifications on their Constructors Championship fight as well. Racing Bulls and Mercedes, that is, also just separated by 2 points. Unlikely to win the Drivers' Championship or the Constructors' Championship. Almost to the point of impossibility, but whomever finishes in front of the other this race is likely to finish in front of the Constructors as well. 2 points separated, not 1, which is why the mathematics add up the way they are, just saying likely. As here we go then, Squidge once again on Matty Adam with DRS, with ERS. He's going to be able to make his way by that Alpine, maybe into the lead of the Constructors' Championship. Matty will have the inside. This time though, Squidge with a bit more pace round the outside. Is he going to be able to make it work? Matty has to tuck in behind. That's a good move by Squidge 2017. And now Ferrari looking a bit more likely to be able to make this work. Yellow flags. We have a problem for a BT without a front wing. Are we going to have another safety car? I sure hope not. Let's just have some nice uninterrupted racing action. We still have one giant thing laying as a big wet blanket over the course of this race, and that is J-Moss 10-second time penalty for ignoring yellow flags. Was that a warranted penalty? Can it be removed after the race, and what could that do for the championship? Raven right behind Iwatts, right behind Noah as well. That could do wonders for Alpine's Constructors' Championship hunt, even if they finish behind Squidge 2017. I believe as things stand, Ferrari would be Constructors' Championship winners if J-Moss penalty ended up being removed. As here we go then, Ray on the back of Iwatts. He's going to be able to make his way by the Mercedes. Looks very, very quick in a straight line. Dives down the inside of the left-hander. Iwatts fighting it around the outside. Is he going to be able to fight it all the way through? No. Ray eventually gets that position, and now J-Mar's got to follow through relatively quickly. Ray's now right on the back of Noah after just a couple of corners. He is looking very, very good, Ray. Keep in mind, both Noah and Iwatts will have to stop again this race. Won't be able to make it to the end. Noah actually makes it very, very easy for Ray. Dives straight into the pit lane on lap 19. And what is it going to be for Noah this last stint? I would imagine hard tires going on. It's a couple of track limit warnings being handed out there as well. Noah gets a dose of hard tires to carry him to the end of this race. Iwatts staying out for another lap then. It's only going to help Ray out, who at the moment does everything he can to secure the championship for Alpine. J Marvo, with him now being up to P4, this is very, very interesting. Yeah, we'll have to do the maths on this after the Grand Prix, because I am too messed up in the head to count them at the moment. That 10-second time penalty for J-Mar could be absolutely crucial to the outcome of this Grand Prix, unless Matty can force his way by Squidge in these next 10 laps. That could be the difference maker who wins this Grand Prix. So then, Squidge, Matty, Ray and J-Mod. The order remains unchanged this next lap. Lap 20 out of 29 and less than 10 laps to go. And Rain is running a very, very decent race. I want to point that out. In P6 for Sauber could be crucial for Sauber's Constructors' Championship battle as well. That is actually with Williams, if I'm not mistaken. So we'll keep an eye on that as we summarize this season. As well as Holman, P7, Wilco in 8th. A lot of penalties to be added on at the end of this though. As said, including that 10-second time penalty by J-Mar that I don't know if we'll have to investigate come the end of this race. That could very well be what decides this championship, as Matty's gone past his rival. Squidge 2017 is on his way then to a Constructors' Championship yet again, but it's a long way to go. Djokovic is out of this race. We have one more safety car, and how has that happened? Djokovic with an incident, I believe, with Holman coming in to the sweeping left-hander, and that is a sad end to Djokovic's championship campaign. What looked like a decent race for him turns out to be a very, very bad race for him. This is turning into be a race of attrition. Matty and Squidge comes into the pit lane. Ray has to come into the pit lane as well. Gets a 3-second time penalty for multiple track limit warnings, and that can be massive as well then. That is what I was speaking about. You got to be very, very careful on pit lane entry and exit. It's a better double stack this time, but you do need to leave yourself quite a bit of room in order to get that going. As Marina's left this session, we'll work on getting him back immediately. Mr. Wilco then in the lead of the Grand Prix yet again from Matty and Squidge. Noah, that's a good strategy from Noah then on the hard tyres, able to stay out. And now once again ahead of Ray, ahead of Marina, ahead of Iwat. Then we have J-Mar behind them. So he's now got fast cars ahead of him. Iwat and Marina, Ray, Noah. So this complicated things a little bit for J-Mar, this last safety car. We'll see what can be done here at the end of the Grand Prix. So then, about 15 minutes to go of this championship season before we can crown ourselves the champion. Mr. Wilco in control of safety car restart for the second time this evening. Running a very, very different race, Mr. Wilco, but he's making it work. He's followed by Matty, and Squidge is going to be itching to get by as soon as he can. This could be a good opportunity for Matty to see if he can just pull away somewhat from Mr. Wilco. No MP4. That has actually been quite handy for him. Let's see those time penalties. 3 seconds for both Noah and Ray, and for Mr. Wilco 9 seconds worth of penalties for Kit. And as for J-Mar, that 10-second time penalty has now been served in the pit lane and is out of the way. Can't be investigated after the race anymore because it's not there. That is actually quite nice. Very, very unfortunate then for J-Mar for having to serve it, but now it is a straight fight to the flag. Right now, Alpine are Constructors' champions. Will that change? We'll wait and see. This race, I feel, has a couple of more surprises left in it. 13 drivers remaining. Djokovic, Luna and Recon, the retirees. Things between Marina and Ray are looking a bit weird at the moment, but Ray reclaiming that 5th place. Just warming up his size just that little bit. Noah's in P4, just minding his own business at the moment, doing everything he can. Mr. Wilco on older tyres in P1. How old are those tyres? What shape are they in? Both Matty and Squidge, medium tyres going onto their cars. Wise choice, not leaving any room at the end of the race for them to be overtaken as the safety car is in this lap. Now, has Mr. Wilco learnt anything from his previous attempt at a restart? What's the strategy going to be this time around? The first one, not brilliant. Matty would love this one to be less brilliant as well. Is that likely? I only usually need about 1 or 2 of these in order to learn the technique for it. Which I would absolutely say Mr. Wilco has picked up on now. Just slowing the pack up, controlling the pace significantly better. And now, when the safety car is in, he can restart this race at will. So when the safety car is into the pit lane, when does he decide to go? Just coming out of the final, the hotel section. Matty right on his chuff. So, is Squidge 2017, and where can Matty make his move is the question, in order to try and shake away Squidge 2017 for the final couple of laps. He's gotten the exit of the first corner just that little bit wrong, and that allows Squidge to be all over the back of Matty Adam coming out of the first corner. Let's see what's going to happen these next couple of 100 meters. Matty looking towards the inside of Mr. Wilco's, not going to be able to make it work quite yet. But on this main straight then, with a bit of slipstream, with a bit of battery, is he going to be able to power through? Yes, he most likely will. Is Squidge going to be able to power through alongside him? Yes, he absolutely will. Squidge 2017's tremendous straight line speed dives down the inside of Matty Adam. Matty comes back at him and is side by side coming out of the chicane. Matty holds on to the lead right now, but Squidge is immensely fast in a straight line. Matty is going to force him towards the outside, you would imagine so, but Squidge rounds the outside of Matty. They've done this before. Who's going to come out victorious? We can't see anything, but Squidge manages to get that move done on Matty. Brilliant fashion. Ray, right now though, sitting in P3 with time penalties. That could prove very, very costly at the end of this race. Things will be investigated after this race, I'm quite sure of as well. So even when we cross the line, we won't know for definite. Squidge and Matty then. P1 and P2. Ray in P3. Jamar down in 6th place. That is 8 points plus 25 is 33. Right now they are tied on points for this Grand Prix, which means Alpine would just clinch the Constructors' Championship by 2 points. Things remaining the way they are. Ray, with that freezing time penalty, how is this race going to unfold for him? He needs to create a bit of breathing room down to Marina over these next couple of laps. He's getting a lovely little tow from Matty Adam and Squidge alongside him. And Marina not quite able to keep up. Jamer now has gotten up one further position. Right now, it would be a tie on points if things stayed the way they are. Which, oh my goodness, wouldn't that be something to have the championship go to count back. I have a feeling this race has another couple of surprises left for us. Here we go then, Matty on Squidge. This is the move that very well could decide the Constructors' Championship. It is all about that win. Matty versus Squidge. Ray with Matty. Jamar just a bit too far down to do anything about that battle now, potentially. All he needs to do now is follow Marina at this distance, and he has done what he can. It is now all up to Squidge to put up a defense of his life and then let this go to countback. Who would win on a countback? I do not actually know. We will have to settle this after the race, I'm fairly certain, for something that's going to be relatively weird for you watching. Hopefully, you can just stay along with us for the unveiling of it. Matty versus Squidge. One more time then. Lap 25 out of 29. Can Matty pull up a defense or pull up an attack on Squidge? Not quite. Jamar now makes even more pressure on the Alpines. He has gotten past them, Reina, and he's up into P4. That 10-second time penalty is now gone, and that That is a burden off Jamar's shoulders. He is running a brilliant race, and right now he is within 3 seconds of Ray as well, which is Ray down a position, and Ferrari being definitive Constructors Champions. The countback is gone. If things stay the way they are, Ferrari will be Constructors Championship pending any ongoing investigations. Matty versus Ray. Sorry, not Matty versus Ray. They are working together. Squidge versus Matty and Ray should be said, along with Jamar. Yellow flags. Is that Kit? Is that a problem in the off-screen? Yes, it is. He's got to come back on track carefully, or does he go into the pit lane? I believe he does, yes. Kit then with only a couple laps left to go this season. Maybe aiming for a fastest lap instead, as here comes Matty down the inside of Squidge. Not quite able to make it work, but this is such a crucial moment for the championship with only a few more laps to go. If Squidge could just, if Matty could just force Squidge behind Ray somehow, then that'd be an incredible burden off his shoulders. Matty and Squidge make slight contact into the next corner. Wheel bump. Matty now attacking Squidge in desperation in order to get by. Ray is doing everything he can to just hang with these two, but it is getting increasingly difficult. He is running a hell of a race right now, is Ray, but will it matter in the end? Jamar is doing everything he needs to and more in order to mitigate the damage done last week out in Brazil. And right now, Jamar, I believe for the first time ever, would be a Constructors Champion in the NEF1, but don't quote me on it. So then we have Squidge, Matty and Ray still. One more attack then. 3 laps to go. Matty versus Squidge yet again for maybe the third to last time this season. Matty, is he going to have a go at Squidge into the chicane? He may very well try to. Yes, he does, and he gets ahead of Squidge at the apex. Squidge is going to come back at him with a dose of DRS down this next straight though. Matty, did he play his cards a bit too soon? Red lights flashing. The Ferrari's coming up, and he's going to get by the Alpine without too much difficulty. Matty tries to send it down the inside. It just does not work. And the desperation for Alpine is growing. 2 more laps to settle this then. How is Matty going to attack Squidge? How is he going to keep that Ferrari behind? The Ferrari that is so good in a straight line, so difficult to overtake. How is Matty going to overcome the NEF1 champion that is Squidge 2017, the best driver this season versus by far the second best driver this season over the course of it has been Matty Adam 98. Now, they are 1.5 lap away from deciding the Constructors Championship. Jamar is out of contention for the podium with race 3 second time penalty being added on as well, but he's doing everything he needs to now. Just got to defend from Marina. Matty has got to get by Squidge, and he's got to do it soon. He has another lap and a half to do it, but preferably he wants to bring Ray alongside with him as well. Matty is going to have a go at Squidge at this next opportunity. No, he just decides to wait that little bit. And is that a good or bad move? Yellow flags. It's in Sector 3. I believe it's Kit who's had another problem, having a difficult end to this season. Matty, though, is not able to follow Squidge round that chicane. Now, it's in desperate mode. 1 more lap to get anything done, anything out of this season. Squidge won the Drivers' Championship last week out. Matty and Ray were given an invitation back into the Constructors' Championship fight, but it's going to come down to the final lap. Squidge, right now, doing everything he needs to secure that championship. It's 25 plus 12 points, 37 versus D. 33 points currently being scored by Alpine, which is enough to clinch it by 2 points. It's a 4-point swing in the championship right now, but it is enough to see Ferrari win it Squidge versus Matty. One last time. Where is Matty gonna plan out his attack? He needs to come relatively soon. Has Hope lost? Has Hope left the Alpine camp? Now, can Ferrari start celebrating in about 3-4 corners time? Squidge, he is so good on the straight. Matty, he is starting to close in though. He's giving it everything. Is he gonna send it down the inside? No. Needs to get an absolute banger of an exit out of this chicane though. Can Squidge keep it tidy? He has. The man is so calm under pressure. It is absolutely insane. Matty has given it absolutely everything on track this day. It just might not be enough. We are waiting for any potential inquiries about any incidents that has happened, but I do not believe that any of them would affect the standings the way they are. Squidge 2017 has driven so well to fend off this attack from Matty Adam. Ray has done everything he can as well, but in the end, what Jamar has done this evening will just be enough. We can't confirm it as of quite yet. Squidge crosses the line to see the end of the season. Ferrari right now are the Constructors' Championships of NEF1. Jamar crosses the line to seal that. We cannot confirm it as of yet. We have to look at what has happened this Grand Prix. Iwatts comes home for a P5. Brilliant drive from him. Marina in P6, Holman in P7, Noah in P8, Wigan with a points finish in 9th, and Mack is in 10th. Mr. Wilco, ABT and Kit is 11th through 13th. Right now, Ferrari are your Constructors' Champions, but we are not quite done yet. We need any inquiries to happen right now. To anyone watching, if you have any clips regarding what now must just be either Ferrari or Alpine, you need to send those in right now. Celebrations a bit dampened right now. It is very uncertain what is going on. By the look of things, I don't believe anyone has any inquiries for us to look at right now just regarding Ferrari or Alpine. We can't confirm anything quite yet. It is a brilliant race from Jamar, as Tolliman said in chat there. It's a brilliant race for Squidge. This is just going to be enough. We shall wait and see. As we do potentially have some inquiries pending, so we can't give you a definitive result as of yet. We'll just have to wait for a couple of more minutes. We're waiting words from what is for what is going on. So then, as you can see there, Squidge wins the Grand Prix, and right now it is a 38 points, 37 points taken for Ferrari, 33 points scored for Alpine. I'm just going to do those maths to make sure I am correct, but I absolutely should be. So right now, Ferrari are the Constructors' Champions, but we cannot confirm it as of yet. We have a potential inquiry just waiting, but we are just gonna start looking at it. So then we have a clip that I believe warrants a look from a previous incident this race. So what is going to happen now, we are going to just pause this for a little bit of a moment. We are going to go over to a waiting screen and we'll be back as soon as we got a finalized result for you. So don't go anywhere. We'll be back as soon as we are ready to announce the champions of this season. It's just going to be a little bit of a waiting period. Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back. Alright everyone, we have a decision as well. If everyone is in the stream at the moment, then please let me know that the audio levels are working correctly before we can get this announcement going. Just let me know that I can actually be heard, so we don't have a really awkward moment. But we have had an incident to look at. I can be heard. It is decided by the incident that was submitted that it bears no relevance on the drivers' or constructors' standings. Therefore, by 1 or 2 points, we're yet determined to be which, Ferrari just come back in the Constructors' Championship to win their first title since Season 1. It's a double championship for Squidge 2017 and for Scuderia Ferrari. It's a constructor's title to SFLY Jamer for a job very well done. But it is all settled then, and Ferrari are your constructors' champions of Season 10. It's come full circle since Season 1. A Ferrari driver as drivers' champion and Ferrari as constructors' championship winners. But wow, what a swing, and it is the closest margin we've ever had in the Constructors' Championship as well, and that is just a signum of what type of a season it has been. It has been so incredibly close throughout the season that you would not believe. The Constructors' Championship has swung every single week. We've had a new leader, we've had a new team in P2. It has been absolutely incredible. So I'm slowly losing my voice. Apologies for that. I just want to thank everyone so much for being part of this. It's been 5 years now since we started NEF1. I was just 18 years old, didn't know anything about anything. It's been a really long time, half a decade of NEF1 action, hopefully many more years and seasons to come. Season 11 is now officially in the works as well, but we are going to be taking a bit of a break in between seasons. Just calm down and let everything come naturally to us. If you're not already signed up for Season 11, then make sure to do so as soon as you can. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who's been a part of making this league what it is. I want to give a massive shout out to Matty, Squidge and ABT for helping me with all the administrative and admin duties of this league. Without you guys, I'd be overworked like you would not believe. I want to give a massive shout out to all of those who recognize the work that we put in to make this league possible as well. It does truly mean the world to us. Until then, we shall see you next time out when we go racing again in Season 11 of New Era F1 Esports. Thank you so much for being with us for the first 10 seasons of New Era. Hope you're going to be there for the next 10 as well. Until then, stay safe everyone. Have a very good evening. And for the last time in the first 10 seasons, peace out.